Recovery Support Group meeting. I should know this by heart, but I don't. So we're getting our thing on. This is weird. Everybody sober tonight, right?
Yep.
Yeah, we don't have any of our stuff right now. So I gotta. Well, this is the first time we've ever run our meeting in this format. So this is what we're gonna do. Do you have it?
Got it.
Okay, cool. Do one thing and then we'll start passing those other things out. Okay. Wow, this is really embarrassing. Okay. Thank you for attending the Racing for Recovery Support Group meeting. We are focused on maintaining a drug-free and healthy lifestyle. Since 2001, our open forum meeting welcomes parents, adolescents, recovering individuals, and anyone who supports our mission. Your suggestions, comments, or ideas are welcome to make our meetings the best they can be. The Racing for Recovery Support Group meeting is a cutting-edge alternative to what is currently offered. By combining substance abusers, families, friends, and the public at large, we have created an environment that is beneficial to everyone who has been affected by alcohol or drug addiction. We start at 7 o'clock. Please be on time. Please turn off and stay off your cell phones during the meeting. And please, only one person speaks at a time. And when you do speak, do it loudly so everybody in the room can hear you and everybody who's watching from he can hear you as well. We will sign your proof of attendance slips. If you leave them in our little green box out in the hallway, we'll sign them. You can pick them up when we're done with our discussion. The only thing we ask of everybody is be honest with what you're saying. If you're having a hard day, let us know about it so we can help you. And if you're having an awesome day, celebrate that stuff so everybody else can join in your celebration. Feel free to openly share your comments and points of view on how alcohol and drug addiction has impacted your life. This meeting is open to people of all ages and welcomes diversity. So please refrain from using excessive foul language or language that discriminates against any race, gender, religion, ethnicity, sexual orientation, or disability in order to maintain an atmosphere of respect and dignity for all who are present. If you see a visitor, a new member, or a returning member that you haven't seen in a while, please warmly welcome them into our program. Please refrain from leaving the meeting while it's in progress. And we're glad that everybody quit smoking or vaping. And when you're going to litter, please do it in our trash cans. Right? Don't litter on the floor because Randall gets annoyed by that, right?
Yep.
Okay. What do we got? Lifestyles, right?
Yep. Guidelines for living a lifestyle of recovery. The lifestyle recovery guidelines are intended to be utilized by recovering individuals, their families, and anyone else who is striving to avoid substance abuse and achieve sobriety. Guidelines: 1. Recognizing that substance abuse ruins lives. 2. Wanting to pursue positive alternatives to substance abuse, such as education, employment, quality relationships, and health and fitness. 3. Using resources such as friends, family, teachers, and peers as a way to achieve and remain sober. Adding sports, art, or music to these resources will help us stay focused and motivated. 4. Defining balance and working towards making it a part of everyday life. 5. Building self-esteem and confidence through sobriety to combat negative feelings regarding oneself. 6. Understanding that negative behaviors of isolation and self-pity lead to self-destruction. 7. Lifting a person up is different than allowing them to continue their destructive lifestyles. Be there for yourself and be patient with your friends and family. 8. Learning how to help without supporting the addict's behavior. Providing assistance to the recovering individual that will improve their lives and not further their usage. 9. Recognizing personal challenges and integrating them into our lifestyle as challenges to triumph over. 10. Caring for our personal, emotional, physical, and spiritual individuality is a source we use for our sense of worth. Each person is truly magnificent. Our mission at Racing for Recovery is to prevent all forms of substance abuse by promoting a lifestyle of fitness and health for all those affected by addiction.
Okay, let's go around the room and have everybody introduce themselves. We want to know your name and why you've chosen us tonight. Dustin.
All right, I'm Dustin. I come here because I care about myself today. And this place has helped me find my self-love and self-worth. And now I'm only looking forward. The only time I'm looking back is just to see all my accomplishments.
I'm Justin. I'm here to support, learn, and to stay sober.
I'm Taylor. I had a friend pass away today, so I'm like here for it.
From this,
Not from here.
okay, no, but from drug addiction?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Alina, and I'm here to continue learning how to heal from your traumas.
I'm Kurt, I'm here to save my life.
My name's Josh. I'm here to stay focused and motivated and just keep moving forward.
I'm Kelsey. I'm here to get strength and continue growing.
Sir?
I'm Tyler. I'm here to become the best me I can be.
My name's Dominic, I'm here to learn how to live a healthier lifestyle. I'm Rick, I'm here for a lifestyle change. I'm here to stay determined and stay focused.
I'm Croc, I'm here for life.
I'm Justin, I'm here for support.
I'm Zoe, I believe in the program.
I'm Ashley. I come here because this is a big part of my 2020 vision.
My name's Faye, and I'm here to keep fighting for a better life.
My name's Mike. I'm here for sobriety, the lifestyle of it, keep setting all the goals that I have set for myself and achieving them because of the lifestyle of sobriety.
My name is Brian. I'm here to start my life over.
My name's Matt, and I'm here to take my life back.
My name's Jake, and I'm here for the movement.
My name's Adam, I'm here to learn a new lifestyle.
Michael, I'm here to be a better father.
I'm Tony, I'm here to remain teachable.
I'm Jeff. I'm here for
I'm Chris, and I'm here to support this program and my daughter Ellen.
I come to Racing for Recovery to figure out why I choose to self-destruct.
Nathan. I'm here to support my family.
I'm Kevin, I'm the new guy, here to make some new friends.
What's up, you guys?
I'm here. My name's Rashad, and I'm here for structure and to soak up all this positivity.
I'm Scott. I'm here to be a better father and husband.
Oh, I'm Ward, I'm here to learn.
I'm Wesley, I'm here to learn to stick and stay and learn to like myself and love myself.
My name's Tom, and this program saved my family.
My name's Kelly, and I've been sticking and staying for, as of yesterday, 6 years.
That's good. In the back, sir.
I'm Steve. I'm here to listen, learn, and have some support.
My name's Jesse, I'm here because I want a better life.
I'm Phil. I'm here to find some balance.
I'm Steve. I'm here to stay plugged in and surround myself with like-minded, positive people.
I'm Candy, and I came tonight because I love and respect myself and my family.
I'm Tim. I'm here to give and receive support.
My name's John, I'm here to support my wife Tracy. I was here maybe 19 months ago, and you guys, I was here for maybe 10 meetings or so, and I told her how big of a group you all are, how much love you have for each other, and here she is.
Awesome.
Hi, I'm Tracy. I am an addict. I'm here to continue my recovery and start my new life.
That girl?
I'm Tyler, I'm here to stay strong.
I'm Randall. I just come to this place to stay humble and just keep moving forward.
My name's Levi, and I'm here to continue to get better, and I take a lot of pride in what we do here.
I'm Russ. I'm here to stay sober, stay alive.
Sir.
I'm Nathan. I'm here because I almost had to be, and now I choose to be. And, you guys help me sober every day.
Same. No, my name's Ben. It's been a while with this place. I need it. It's the place to be. It's the shit.
My name's Tiffany, and I'm here because, like I've said before, like this place is how it molded me to the person that I am today, and I will forever be grateful.
I'm Megan. I'm here because this place works for me. Lifestyles work for me. Thank you so much.
Good.
I'm Matt. I'm here for positivity and support.
I'm Jessica, and I'm here because this place has helped me rebuild a new life.
I'm Ryan. I'm here to learn, stay sober, and live a better life.
Jenny?
I'm Jenny. I'm here to support this awesome program and soak up all the positivity I can.
I'm Christy, and 2020 is going to be my year, and this is a great way to start it out.
I'm Renee, and I'm here for support.
I'm Jeff, and I'm here because it feels good to do good, and my mom likes me better when I come here, so.
I'm Ryan. I came back to get myself back on track.
I'm Adam, here because this place works for me, and I like the lifestyle.
Kevin, I'm here to learn how to be a better person.
My name's Bob, and I'm learning to love sobriety.
John, I haven't been coming in very much. I'm here for inspiration because I leave here inspired every time I come.
Justin, sorry I lost my voice. Just here to learn.
I'm Craig. I'm here for motivation and support.
I'm going to give myself a chance.
I'm Brandon. I'm here because this place helped me realize I don't have to be hiding in my life.
Justin, we're getting stay on the right path.
My name's Tom. I come here to continue to learn.
I'm Monica. I'm here for direction. My name's Molly, and I'm here for support.
I'm Steve, and I'm here to stay sober.
I'm Dave. I'm here to support my son, Steve.
Jacob, I'm here to learn.
I'm James. I'm here because I appreciate what this cover's done for me.
John, I'm here to give her support. I'm Jake. I'm here to stay clean and sober.
I'm Brittany, and I'm here because I finally feel well enough to be out in public. I've missed it, and I need to start my new year just right.
I'm Heather, that's Xander. I think you guys are our support. We're trying this year, so we're moving on up though. We're learning, we're growing. But definitely also here for perspective. I think the different perspectives that everyone has, I always learn something out of this, but you guys are just part of our routine and a part of our life, and it only works because of this place.
I'm Michael. I'm here to figure it all out.
I'm Bruce, here to add my support to Steve, to learn and to be inspired. I'm Mike. I'm here because I believe Racing for Recovery saved my life. And I'm also here because I value my life today.
That's it. I'm Catherine, and I'm here to learn. I was invited, and I also feel as if I can learn some things that will help me make some changes in my life to remove myself from some things that have hurt me.
You're in the right spot, kid. Yeah. All right.
I'm Bill, and I'm here for support.
I'm Kathy, and I'm here to support my son Matthew and everybody else here. And I learn something new each and every week, and it's terrific.
I'm Matt. I'm here because I enjoy these meetings.
I'm Bob. I'm going to be here to get sober and to learn how to help other people become sober.
I'm Amy, and I'm here to stop my path of self-destruction.
Chris, here to find balance, and this makes me feel good.
I'm Michael, and I'm here to succeed.
I'm Junior. I'm here because Racing for Recovery taught me how to live in the moment.
I'm Carolyn, and it was 5 years ago this week that I first came into a Racing for Recovery meeting. And tonight, I'm just really, I'm proud to say that I'm a member here also, and I'm grateful to Todd for always pursuing your life purpose because it has benefited my family, and I appreciate that.
I'm glad you're here.
Mike, I come for so many reasons. Stay plugged in, stay connected, and see all my friends here.
My name is Todd, and I'm glad to be here because I just love being around positive, kind, dare I use the word, loving people who just want to get better and then help other people do the same. So that's why I'm here. Who has Dee's poem? The Answer.
I have the answer by Donald D. Carr.
running from the misery, trying to escape the pain as I approach the light of hope that lies before me. Each step overwhelms me, every breath sears my throat. I ache, my body rebels against me, my memories torment me. Agony has become my closest companion. My demons mock me as I dangle helplessly above the abyss of alcohol and drunkenness. The voices all sound the same, criticizing, accusing, blaming me for what has happened. They don't understand, they don't care who I am. I'm a human being full of thoughts and feelings. I'm worth saving to show me the way. At last I reached the light of promise. There stands the answer. Open arms, understanding smiles, looks of trust. And so begins Racing for Recovery.
Okay, before we start our meeting tonight, who came out and ice skated with us on Saturday? Is anybody in here that did? Right? Give yourselves a round of applause. That was a fun experience. We'll do it again in the next month or so. So thanks for everybody coming out and doing that. It was the first time we did something like that, and it was really cool. That was fun. So we'll do it again. Okay, how about we do this for a topic tonight? I heard Emily and Amy say, or ask the question, why do I self-destruct, or how do I stop self-destructing? That's a great question or comment, so we can do that. Why I choose to self-destruct, or maybe how you've learned to not self-destruct. That'd be good. And then also, too, to keep it really positive, what did it feel like to wake up on New Year's Day sober? I mean, what's that like? For some of you guys that are new, it's probably a new thing you haven't done in a while, so what was that like? So we can do that, and again, why you choose to self-destruct and what you've learned to not do that. Two awesome topics for the new year, right? This is where you guys go. Go ahead.
I think it was awesome waking up sober, man, on New Year's Day. The night before, I went hung out with some family, and they were, I wasn't concerned about, being around users. I was more concerned that I was more thinking that I wasn't going to just like being around them, have anything in common with people, that were still out, that were still doing that. And they were a little bit concerned about, like, they weren't worried like, oh, he's sober, we're not. Yeah, he was more like, it was more like, oh, we don't want him talking, thinking he's better than us. But I'm like, well, it's cool, I'm in my place and I'm happy where I'm at. And I just, took walks, man, and did my own thing, and I was giving everybody hugs and love no matter what. And, I think by just kind of seeing me, I think by just being around and being positive and being happy, as opposed to me being around, before, which wasn't very positive and nobody, and it didn't make anybody happy, myself or anybody else. Just by me being there was what made me feel good. It gave me confidence. I started loving myself, and then toward the end of the night, started coming around. Woke up the next morning too, and they're like, "Man, good job, dude. I didn't know how you're gonna do, and I did it, and it was like a win for me. So that felt good too."
That's awesome. Brittany?
So, New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, I had to work New Year's Eve, 12-hour on-call shift from home. That was interesting. But the best part of it was I still got to spend time with my kids and a few other kids, make slime, put together a model rocket that we're going to shoot off here this weekend. Got to make popcorn on the stove, and we rocked in the new year with a glass of grape juice. So it was interesting just spending it with 7 kids and just having fun. And I didn't do that last year. Last year I spent it crying in a corner because I was throwing myself a pity party. This year I actually got to enjoy it even though I was sick.
Awesome. Good. Yep, Levi.
Okay. So I'll speak on New Year's first. Last year on New Year's Eve, was the first time that I tried fentanyl or heroin, right? And the difference between the years is like staggering. I've done personally just some other partying drugs, pills, whatever. It doesn't matter what I did, but the difference in like at the timing of where I was at last night to think about where I was years, I knew exactly like what time I was doing it at, and it felt great to wake up and not want to know when I was if I was gonna go get that bullshit, all that bullshit. And I woke up and I had a great workout with some awesome people. Felt really good. As far as self-destructing goes, beforehand, why I think I self-destructed, the best way that I can explain that is I chose to place a lot of my value into how others around me affected me, or how everybody else that was close to me that I was emotionally attached to. This is my parents, my girlfriend at the time, my friends and family, and the people at work all I didn't love myself enough at first, and when everybody else they didn't align with what I valued in life and what I wanted at the time, I thought that I wasn't good enough at that time, and that's what started the self-destruction for me. I was acting outside of, I started to change as a person to please other people, and it didn't work out in my favor. Instead of figuring out what values were mine, I decided to use drugs. I started using drugs, and that even evolved over time into a lot more. I would say I started partying, then I started using drugs. As far as like partying, like I went to parties, and that was outside of my value system at the time. And how I learned not to self-destruct is I opened my mind first to everything that has been presented to me here. And when I came in here, I decided actually that I was going to play all out in everything. I wasn't going to think that I wasn't good enough to do anything. I wasn't going to hold back. I didn't care, because it doesn't matter what people think of me. That's what got me last time. I was so connected to what other people thought about me that I didn't have any value in myself, and I chose to love myself. We talk about that a lot of time, and it took a while, and it took me playing out and connecting with people and choosing to make those connections with other people, real connections. And for me to be able to love anybody else or connect with anybody else, I have to love myself first, and that's what helped me prevent any self-destruction, because I have those tools now. So,
as we're going around, if you raise your hand, I'll give a T-shirt or a hoodie to somebody. We'll have a contest to see who went to bed the earliest on New Year's Eve. Okay, so if you raise your hand, give me the time you went to bed, and at the end, the earliest gets a prize. I know what goes to you. Go ahead, baby.
So, New Year's Eve, I worked. And I worked at a bar and grill.
Yeah.
So, it was like different to like watch people like, you know, celebrate with alcohol and stuff like that. It doesn't, I don't know. I think that's where like self-sabotage like comes in, because I feel like if you like mentally put yourself in a space of like, if I'm around it, I'm gonna do it kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, I have like a mentality now of like, there isn't any situation that I can't overcome by not using. Because like at the end of the day, like, yeah, you can get high, but you probably still gonna beat it. You just don't get high over it. It's not smart. But like, I don't know, like, bringing in like New Year's has always been like really weird for me, because I always like try to like set goals and like, you know, and like kind of being here, like, I mean, you guys have taught me to like set goals and, you know, like obtain them and stuff, but like I'm learning like acceptance and like allowing like the flow like to like naturally happen in life is kind of like where I'm at right now.
That's good.
And like accepting that and like just kind of like being like present in like every day, rather than like so worried about what's gonna happen 9-10 months from now, or what's gonna happen, you know, in my future and stuff like that, like, because then I don't, like, appreciate why I got sober in the first place, which was to be present every single day.
That's good. That's good. Who's up? James.
All right, last year, New Year's Eve, I was at Open Door, which is like 12-step boot camp. And then like 12-step drill instructor, until I dropped out in 25, which was like the first four, so I'm like, this is important. It's like no serious, and this year, the self-sabotage thing is kind of like Levi. You know, I be honest with myself and realize that I did not like myself. I didn't care about myself. I didn't love myself because I always lied to myself and said I did. When I got really honest, because somebody that loves themselves is not insecurities. So when I started wanting to overcome these insecurities, I started loving myself a little more. So when good things started coming along, I felt like I deserved them because I put in the work to get them. And I wasn't creating an illusion anymore. I was creating a new normal, a new reality. You know, when it becomes a reality, it's real. You know, and it's when you believe in something. And when you believe in something, you still strive for it. That's kind of what I've been doing. Is it's making a new normal.
That's good. Good, good. Huh? Who's up? Tiffany? Go ahead. I didn't see your name on the list.
I know, I just raised it.
Okay. Now it's on the list. You're good.
I'm there.
Go ahead.
I worked all night on New Year's Eve. I didn't get home until like 1:30, but like it wasn't. I loved it. I was in like a great mood all night. Like people were having some drinks or whatever. Like it didn't. It just doesn't bother me. Like it's just another day to me, really. But to like wake up the next day, sick. I just pretty much like laid in bed all day. So I don't know. That's besides the point. So like the whole self-sabotaging thing, like I believe that I did it because I was still stuck in the past and like playing the whole like victim role. So like when I let go of all of that and like really like realized my worth and that I am of value, like I stopped self-sabotaging. Like I've said a million times, like I've learned to love myself and embrace my weirdness and like who I am as a person. And like I know what I bring to the table, like with like friendships, any kind of relationship, whatever. Like I'm just different. Like I don't know what changed in here, but who I am today is someone that I don't think I've ever been in my life. So like this amount of like sobriety that is just the best that it's ever been ever. So I'm just definitely running with it, but I love who I am and what I'm about today. And yeah, just happy. So.
That's great. Yours? Who's up? Amy. Where are you at? Amy?
I feel like this place has made me have a miracle happen in my life, but couldn't be happier, couldn't be more grateful. Love all the support, and I self-destructed because I didn't give a shit about myself or anybody else, and now I really do. And even with just 2 months of sobriety, it's the best sobriety I've ever had. Amen.
Not just 2 months. 2 months. Yeah. 2. Right? Junior.
New Year's is cool. I think the greatest gift of New Year's this year for like me and my family is no one had to walk on eggshells. So like the environment was really kosher. You know, a couple of my family members, we have a big family. There's like 30 people over. Some had wine at the toast. I had grape juice, like someone else mentioned over there, I think, which was cool. You said the wine actually tasted like shit, so that was even better. It was box wine or something. So anyway, it was really cool. But one of the things I noticed, like, I lost my uncle a couple months back, and my cousin was there. And it's just a trip how a couple people had mentioned, like, over the course of sobriety, how you start to love yourself and then love others and have feelings. The one thing I remember from New Year's Eve is my cousin, he had some liquor or whatnot, and he took a drink, and his son was right there, and he's not an alcoholic by any means. But as he took this drink, he said, told his son this is for Granddad, because obviously he's not here this year. And as soon as he said that and took the drink, my immediate feeling inside is he's hurting. And once again, I know he's not an addict by any means. but it's just, it's weird because that used to be me, but I wouldn't see it. Or I wouldn't even verbalize it. I would just, take drugs or whatever it may be. So it's very interesting to kind of see it like in third person, and to have that kind of empathy and feelings for that, person, family member, loved one. So that really kind of pulled at my heartstrings. It was a good event and that kind of stuff, but it just goes to show, like, you just, we've all been through a lot of shit over the last year, excuse my language, so, just be empathetic to one another and, so forth. But all in all, and then you said something about getting up early, so my question was, like, earliest to bed, is that earliest to bed on the 1st or the 31st? Because I went to bed like at 2 o'clock on the 1st.
Oh, you're out. I like how your mind's thinking. No, you lost. On the 31st, right? Yeah.
That's it, thank you.
We'll just put this out there. I was in bed at 7:15 on the 31st. So if you can beat that, I'll hook you up with a shirt or whatever. So 9:30. Yeah.
She's got that beat.
You got that beat? What time?
7.
Okay. Winner. I'll hook you up, right? Okay. You sure about that, son? All right. Josh, you're up.
I'll do the New Year's thing. Last year I was locked up, and that was the first time I remember not doing any drugs or drinking. So this year, I don't know. In my addiction, I would drink and drug every day, and another holiday would just give me a reason to act fucked up and do whatever I wanted to. And this year, it's different to me. I'm just moving forward. I'm not looking back on the days. I know I'm gonna have more sober holidays and more sober years. Mm-hmm. But I just enjoy it. I'm just gonna keep pushing forward and not think about them all days.
Right.
But and like how I self-sabotage in my past, it's just outside influences in my thoughts, and I just quit and give up. My thoughts, negative influence, and stuff like that. Everything, sometimes life just seems so real and it's too much for me. I haven't really been sober this long, and I don't think it's going to happen this year because I don't want it to. It's not going to happen this year.
That's right. Right.
It's not going to happen.
No.
Yeah.
That's good. Emily, do you want to talk about why you self-destructed? It's a good question.
I don't know why. That's fine.
That's why you asked the question?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Right?
I'll figure
All right,
it out.
keep going. What? Go
I
ahead.
said I'll figure it out.
All right. Tom, go ahead.
My younger brother texted me on New Year's Eve, and we were texting back and forth, and he made the comment that New Year's Eve is amateur night. And I didn't send anything back, but I just couldn't help but wish that he would retire. He doesn't need to be a professional.
Right. Yeah. Huh.
Someday.
Yeah. How long have you guys been coming here?
10 years.
Wow. That's awesome. Yeah. Christy.
I self-destructed because I felt that I lost my sense of purpose in life. I was a mother at 20 years old and had 3 kids, and in succession, they grew up, and I raised them and did a hell of a good job, which that's the one thing in life that I didn't do well. But by 43, 44, they were gone. And they were my life, so when they left, I had no life. In my eyes, I had no life, no purpose. And that's when I got really, really bad. It just so happened that I conveniently had been diagnosed with some pain issues and was given a medication, and that's when I just went full blast. By that, when the last one left, I was full blast, numbing myself. So, but coming here, I realize now that I still don't know what the hell my purpose is in life, but I know that there is one, and I have learned to love myself in here, which even if I don't find out, even if I don't have some huge special purpose with in my dotage, at least, I do care about myself and want to, try to at least achieve some happiness, which I'm finding here, so.
That's good. That's good. Yep, Jeff.
I laid down on New Year's Eve at 10:30. I didn't get to sleep till 12:30. So I'll get that T-shirt. The way I'm going to keep from self-destructing this year is threefold. Number one, and least importantly, not to make you guys feel bad, but I'm going to be accountable to the group. Number two, more importantly, I'm going to be accountable to my family. And number one, most importantly, I'm going to be accountable to me. And, take the costs into account too, because it costs a lot to fuck up, you know what I mean? Like, it feels good to wake up every day sober. It feels good to come in here and feel this love for doing the right thing. And, it's just like I said when I started with that introduction, it feels good to do good. Like, it just feels good. So, if I can feel good for free, like, I'm all about feeling good for cheap. So, let's give it some of that.
Nice. You got a good sense of humor, too. You want to go?
Yeah.
Go, Mike.
I'm Mike. A lot of good stuff. When Josh was talking about being locked up, for last year, I was as well. And I was sober, but I was forcefully sober. And I didn't want to be at that point. But as I was thinking about all the times I've been in and out of jail and treatments, like lockdown treatment and stuff like that, I was thinking about how it kind of paled in comparison to the negative feeling of when I had no answer, like when I had no hope. That was a lot scarier than sitting in a jail cell, because I can do jail, I can sit there and I got food coming. I'm probably not going to die. I'll be warm enough, but that feeling of just oh my God, am I going to die with a needle in my, is my family going to find me like that? That was scary, man. This being here and it's giving me hope. If I could just encompass it all in one thing, it'd probably be hope. That there's alternatives, there's answers, and there's people that give a shit. They really do care, and they'll sit there with me until 1, 2, 3 in the morning until I'm okay, so I go to bed or whatever, to get through some crazy stuff. So that unconditional love or unconditional support, it's up to me to utilize that. But when I'm here and when I am involved in this, that's the most hope I've ever had as far as combating that hopeless existence. That's the real terror for me. It wasn't so much like court or jail, which that stuff can be scary. No one likes to go to jail, and it sucks. It's super uncomfortable, and I would so much rather be with my family. But I got to spend Christmas and New Year's with my family, and I got to hold my little boy, and it was really cool, man. So, that's awesome. Yeah,
that's awesome. Emily, you got the answer.
No, I do not.
Okay.
So I may not know why I choose to self-destruct yet. I got damn near 6 months, which is longer than I've ever had. And everything was great, and I still chose to self-destruct. So I may not know why yet, but I at least know now that, being in Logic, I'm in a safe place to figure that out.
Good.
So, I think through one-on-ones and focus on myself, I'll figure it out. And on New Year's Eve, I ran the 5K with Rachel and Dennis.
Awesome.
From 11:45 at night until 12:30. So it's cool because we ran into the new year.
Yeah. That's awesome. I was in a state of REM sleep at that. Kelsey, go ahead.
With the self-destructing, I think I mainly self-destructed because I chose, with self-destruction, I felt like I had some sixth sense of control by choosing the destruction. So I wouldn't have the fear of failing and having people think I failed instead of doing it. I made my own choice to fuck it all up. So in some sixth sense, like in my own head, that made a lot better choice to me at that point. And I think like now, like more I try and journal it out or talk to people and try and make rational decisions before I go to do something stupid.
Yeah.
So try and just write it out.
Wow. I've never heard somebody say that. That's good. Ashley?
Well, first I want to congratulate you, Emily, for caring enough to try to find out why you self-destruct. I know for a really long time I didn't care to find out because it was a comfortable situation for me. The normal was to like screw up anything I ever have going for me. And Kelsey literally took the words right out of my mouth. It's like, my biggest problem was I wanted control. If things were going to kill me, I wanted to kill myself. And I don't think that I had any sense of self-worth when it came to knowing I was able to succeed. Like, you know, that quote that we say in group is like, either if you say you can or you can't, you're right.
Yep.
I would convince myself that I couldn't way before I would even get clean. And so when I would be in a situation where it was not necessarily my choice at first to get clean, I would convince myself that I wanted to be against I wanted, you know, whatever, self-destruct because I wanted to be in control of my situation. But it's so sick how we do that to ourselves because it's like, I think for the first time in my entire life, I've finally given myself a chance to actually do instead of destructing. And I just like my vision for myself for this year and for years to come is like greater than any vision I've ever had for myself. And we had that, you know, thing today, and that really helped because I don't think I've ever been able to have a conversation with my mom where it was positive, and that was cool. So I know that, you know, self-care is super important, and like Emily, I see you doing that. I'm really proud of you for that because I think it takes a lot of guts to admit, like, hey, I'm not doing what I should be doing. I need to get my ass somewhere where I'm going to be in a controlled environment, somewhat controlled environment. But it's just nice to be able to like want to be aware of our mistakes and or like where we feel like we're slipping. Doesn't mean that we have to necessarily use to self-destruct, you know. And I have spoke about that, and you know, I have my own ways of like really hurting myself. But hurt people, and I definitely know how to hurt myself before I hurt people.
Wow. Powerful. Justin, you're up.
Yeah. Okay. So, whole self-destructive thing. Last time I was, I guess I really, to me, I was like self-destructing was the last time I used. And because of the circumstances that night, I came to my senses and was like, things got to change. Otherwise, I'm going to die. And pretty much since that night, I got in my head like, all right, if it's not, I'm going to be self-constructive now. I'm going to start actually taking like positive choices in my life, start doing positive things in my life so I can actually be better. So I started asking myself the questions of why. Why am I doing this? Why, you know, it kept getting deeper in whys and questions, you know, and I started answering them. Once I started answering them, I started finding like positive alternatives. And like coming here, like starting to exercise, starting to actually make connections with people, open up more, do counseling, just everything, like just been so beneficial. And like if it's not helping me in my recovery in my life, I don't need it in my life. So it's kind of my little outlook.
That's good. Hey, I found your Air Supply cassette tape here.
Oh, yeah, I can rock it.
Right? Who brought this in here? That's good. You know what's funny? I don't know why I'm saying this. I say a lot of crazy stuff, but I used to, when I was drinking, I would get all banged up and sit there and woe is me or whatever, and actually listen to this stuff, thinking it was going to fix me, right? Oh my God. It's crazy.
Yeah. I had a good, real good New Year's. Was thinking
from that whole day about years in the past, all the preparation that never ended up happening because I either was passed out way before midnight or woke up in the morning and didn't remember if I made it or not. So it was sweet this year going with 3 people, 3 of my peers from here. No planning, last minute. The only crazy thing I felt was that I didn't even know if I was going to make it till midnight without an energy drink. I mean, that was my biggest stressor. You know what I mean? Like, kind of felt lame, but I felt like it was kind of cool at the same time that that was my biggest issue out of the whole freaking night.
That's good.
So it was fun.
That's good. That's good. Anybody else?
Hey, Todd.
Yep. Mike.
I had 10 years, and I decided to go self-destruct for 12. You know, and it wasn't until I found Racing for Recovery that I found out I had a choice. Nobody ever told me that. For me, that was enough to get me to almost 6 years now.
That's awesome. You need to speak more often, young man. That was good. Right? Anybody else? Chris?
I'm self-destruct type. I think I'm with Emily. I'm not sure why quite yet. Why, you know, every time I got to a place, you know, where my life was going good, after self-destructing before, you know, a year would go by, 6 months, 2 years ago, and it just flushed all down the drain for whatever reason. And we were watching I saw something today, and somebody asked a question. Well, it's not why were you scared of living? I believe it was what were you scared of about living? And I'm tossing that question around in my head a little bit, entertaining that, but I feel like I'm in the right place to figure it out.
Yeah. Tracy.
Hi, I'm Tracy. Well, last New Year's, I was in prison, so lights were out at 9 o'clock, and that was how my New Year's was. Prior to that, for 30 years, we drank all night, get high, and I'd be up till probably the next day and then sleep all day. And this year, we went to dinner, took my mom to dinner, and we were in bed by 9. And you know, I was up at 7 in the morning. It felt so great because we were at the store by 10. And I believe my great husband here that has supported me through this whole thing, he really enjoyed that we were able to get up together. For so many years, he wanted that, you know, for me to get up and go shopping with him. But I'd sleep all day because I got high all night, you know. So he had no idea that I was getting high. So this man right here really has been great.
I'm glad you both are here. Anybody else? Yep, Rashad.
Other than like Emily, I know why I self-destruct. When I try to conform recovery to how I like it or how I think things should be, that's when I self-destruct. When I stop listening to suggestions and, okay, I'm trying to cut a corner this way and do this and that, that's when I start self-destruction. But I heard a lot of good sharing. But I feel like if I'm showing willingness and staying connected to this program, there's no way I can self-destruct. I believe this is like the most positive place in the world right now. You know, ever since I've been here, it's been nothing but love and people trying to help. And I've never been to a program like this. I don't even call it a program. This is Racing for Recovery. And man, I truly feel like if I'm showing a willingness and getting active, there's no way possible. The sky's the limit. I'll pass it.
What's the biggest lesson you think, or I'll ask it this way and see if you get this right. What's the greatest gift you gave yourself since you've been here? And we've talked about this a couple of times now.
Just the chance to not think about work and think about the outside world and just give myself a break and get connected to the program.
Gina said that earlier. I'm here to give myself a chance. It's just, yep, I love it. Good on you. Yep. Hand up. Candy, go ahead.
Self-destruction. I thought about that on New Year's Eve, like what I had been doing the year before. It was pretty similar. My husband was asleep at 10 o'clock and I had to wake him up. to watch the ball drop, because I never missed the ball drop, drunk or something. But the year before, I was deep into self-pity and isolation. I had suffered layers and layers of pretty traumatic things in 2018, and it had pretty much taken me over by the end of the year. So I really didn't have vision of hope for 2019, and that came true. I had my light had diminished. It wasn't out, but it was pretty dim. And so this year, I was so excited to wait for the ball to drop, because I just thought, what an incredible change from last year to this year. The richness and the absolute sheer joy that I was feeling. And I had my family around me, which was super cool. That 2020 was truly the vision I was going to have for my life, and it was just absolute excitement. Absolute excitement for what is to come for me. And then through me to my family. Racing for Recovery recovered my life. So, is recovering my life. I don't look at it the same as Rashad as a program. It is an introduction to your authentic self if you choose to participate. It was a gift to myself to forgive myself, to give myself the tools to a life of betterment. I change every single day. I cry every day still. I scream every day still. I laugh, belly laugh hardcore every day. And I'm just excited. I'm just absolutely excited and grateful.
Wow, that was awesome. Before we read our closing poem, I just wanted to say, Carolyn, thank you for what you said. In the beginning, I really appreciated hearing that. When you hear our meetings I think they're the best that's out there. And one of the things I love is just there's constant, either it's positivity or some desire to get positivity. And I love what was shared tonight. I appreciate you guys just choosing us to help you. As always, if this lifestyle of ours are the people who are fortunate enough to have a position to be of service to people who are here, if we can help you in any capacity, just please ask. But ask before you self-destruct, because if you self-destruct, it makes it much harder for us to actually help you. So if you're hurting, the first sign of self-care is to just raise your hand and say you're hurting. You don't have to use drugs to show us that you're hurting. So 2020 is going to be a friggin' awesome year around this place. I'm excited. So who has our closing poem? Kelly.
Autobiography in 5 short chapters by Portia Nelson. I walk down the street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I fall in. I'm lost. I am hopeless. It isn't my fault. It takes forever to find a way out. I walk down the same street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I pretend I don't see it. I fall in again. I can't believe I'm in the same place. But it isn't my fault. It takes a long time to get out. I walk down the same street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I see it is there. I still fall in. It's a habit. My eyes are open. I know where I am. It is my fault. I get out immediately. I walk down the same street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I walk around it. I walk down another street.
Thanks for coming, everyone.